So, Mr. Liang, there's been a lot of speculation about your, shall we say, aggressive acquisition of NVIDIA GPUs. Some are calling it excessive.
Excessive? No. Prudent.
Prudent? You've purchased thousands, more than anyone else in China, I believe.
I can afford it. And I have a group of people who desperately want to play it.
Play it? You're comparing these advanced computing chips to a piano?
It's a tool, a powerful one. And like any tool, it's useless without skilled hands to wield it. I have those skilled hands. Many of them. This is bad, right? It's a challenge. We will adapt.
So, Mr. Liang, DeepSeek is making waves, but OpenAI seems untouchable. What are your thoughts?
More investment does not necessarily lead to more innovation. OpenAI is not a god, nor can it always stay ahead.
Fascinating.
So the consensus is more data centers.
And less strangulation from regulatory bodies. We need flexibility.
Or China will eat our lunch.
We're perhaps a year, maybe a little more, ahead of them right now. But maintaining that lead, that's the question. The question is maintaining that lead.
DeepSeek? Where did they even come from?
R1, it's outperforming everything. And the cost, it's a tenth of OpenAI's. $1 trillion gone in a week.
NVIDIA? $500 billion wiped out. The biggest single-day loss in history. What the hell happened?
And in other news, today marked a day of reckoning for the tech industry as DeepSeek's R1 launch triggered what the Wall Street Journal is calling an AI bloodbath.
So that young entrepreneur we mentioned at the start, the one who seems to have single-handedly sent Silicon Valley into a tailspin. He's the founder of DeepSeek. And that, of course, begs the big questions. Who is this Liang Wenfeng? What's his story? What exactly is DeepSeek that has American tech giants so alarmed? And why is the US so worried about China's rapid advances in AI? That's what we'll be discussing today in this highly anticipated episode, one that many of you have been requesting. So make sure you watch until the end. I'm Ashraf Ibrahim, and this is The Economic Informant.
And with the R1 model, we believe we've achieved a breakthrough in efficiency, reduced costs, increased performance.
The Americans will not be pleased.
That is unavoidable. But it is a testament to Chinese innovation. We can compete. We are competing.
This open-source approach, is it wise? Are we not giving away our advantage?
We are fostering a community, encouraging further development, and it makes it harder for them to shut us down.
Ingenious. But remember, Wenfeng, with great power comes great responsibility. Do not disappoint us.
And with that, Donald Trump assumes the presidency, ushering in a new era for America.
The meeting continues, oblivious to the events unfolding across the globe. Liang's mind, however, is already racing, calculating the complex equations of a new world order. And so, children, we see that even the smallest number can hold infinite potential, just like each of you. Integral of x squared, plus, carry the derivative, almost, the algorithm keeps spitting out false positives. We're missing something.
We've been at this for weeks. Maybe it's impossible.
Impossible is just a problem waiting to be solved. I think I've found a pattern we overlooked. Price volatility coupled with trading volume. Look, it's predicting with 70% accuracy.
Are you sure about this, Liang? The market is crashing.
We could lose everything. We've analyzed the data. The algorithm is sound. This is our chance. We have to trust it. All right, let's get this show on the road. Jacoby is officially open for business. Small business, but business nonetheless. You really think we can make this work? Competing with the big guys? We have something they don't. We have the algorithm, and we have each other.
To Jacoby, and to finally making some real money.
High Flyer is officially operational. Our quantitative trading fund. Look at this, Liang. We actually did it.
All thanks to your crazy algorithms.
Not just algorithms. This year, we integrate machine learning. It will take us to the next level. 90 billion yuan. Can you believe it?
We're printing money, Liang.
We're just getting started. We've lost a third of our assets. What's happening?
The market is changing too fast. The old models aren't working.
I know. We need a new strategy. What do you suggest? We adapt. We evolve. We find a new path. We still manage $8 billion. We're not out of the game yet.
So, Mr. Liang, the returns have been volatile. We were hoping to hear about your plans to stabilize things. Perhaps a shift in strategy?
Strategy? Gentlemen, the true strategy lies not in chasing fleeting market trends, but in building a brain,
A brain? I'm not sure I follow.
a computing cluster. 10,000 NVIDIA GPUs all working in tandem, learning, evolving, capable of predicting the unpredictable.
You want to build a computer? A very large one? Instead of, focusing on high flyer?
High Flyer is merely a stepping stone. This is the future. Artificial intelligence trained on data, capable of everything. He's really off on one tonight.
I know.
Mr. Liang, with all due respect, we're investors. We're interested in returns, not science fiction.
Science fiction? This is the next industrial revolution. You're standing on the precipice of greatness, and all you care about is quarterly profits? Fine. Be short-sighted. But mark my words. You'll regret this. Did you see that? It wrote a poem about the stock market.
And it's good?
10,000 chips. We're ready.
Mr. Liang, with all due respect, there are rumors, whispers. People are saying you're hoarding NVIDIA GPUs, thousands of them. Why?
Let me put it to you this way. Buying these chips is like buying a piano.
A piano?
Yes. Firstly, I can afford it. Secondly, I have a group of people who desperately want to play it.
The H800, it technically adheres to the regulations, reduced interconnect bandwidth as required. But we found ways to maintain high performance. Let's just say your AI models won't be running at dial-up speeds.
A piano that still plays a beautiful song. I appreciate NVIDIA's ingenuity.
It's a mutually beneficial arrangement, Mr. Liang. American innovation, fueling Chinese ambition. A win-win.
Indeed. A window of opportunity, perhaps? Before the music changes?
Let's just say we both have an interest in keeping this arrangement harmonious.
US announces new export restrictions on AI chips to China. Chinese officials condemn US technological protectionism. Analysts warn of escalating US-China tech rivalry.
NVIDIA's workaround became one of the key foundations of DeepSeek. The AI company. Start the engines. It's time to build DeepSeek. A one-of-a-kind local company where we develop Chinese talent ourselves. We don't need American experts. We have the best minds right here. Peking University, Tsinghua, Beihang. You are the future.
But sir, most of us have limited experience.
Experience can be a problem. You haven't been told what's impossible yet. You are free to explore, to innovate. That is our advantage. Company that the obsessive Chinese billionaire Liang launched in 2023 in Hangzhou, the same tech hub that houses Alibaba. From the outset, Liang had a clear vision: to rely solely on Chinese talent. How's the neural network coming along?
We've made a breakthrough, Mr. Liang. We've optimized the layers for faster processing.
The efficiency is remarkable. We're seeing significant improvements in performance.
Excellent. Remember, DeepSeek is a local company. We develop our talent from within. We are building something special here, something uniquely Chinese. Forget Silicon Valley. This is Hangzhou. This is our time.
Last year, a study revealed that China had surpassed the U.S. as the world's largest producer of AI talent. Today, nearly 50% of the world's top AI researchers and engineers are Chinese. This imbalance has been shifting for over a decade. A decade ago, the advantage was firmly in America's hands. Elite U.S. universities attracted a significant number of China's brightest minds, and many of these students remained in the U.S. after graduation, contributing to the country's technological and economic strength.
And so you see, the paradigm is shifting. No longer are we simply consumers of technology. We are creators, innovators.
But Dr. Chen, Isn't most of this AI education focused on manufacturing? What about generative AI?
An excellent question. Yes, the initial focus was on applications for our industry, but that is changing. The foundation is there. The talent is here.
How's the training going?
It's intense, Mr. Liang, but we're making progress. The algorithms are complex, but we're learning so much.
Good. Remember what I said. We are building something special here.
Next,
We will attract the best. We will pay the most. We will become the envy of Silicon Valley. They call it a brain drain, don't they? America, sucking up all the talent. But what happens when the best minds stay here? When they build here? Mr. Liang, with all due respect, shouldn't we be recruiting some senior engineers, people with experience? Experience. Sometimes, my friends, experience is a gilded cage. You hire an expert, and what do you get? Someone who knows all the ways things can't be done. They tell you, this is the only way. It's always been done this way. But what if this way is wrong? What if this way is holding us back? You haven't been told what's impossible. You haven't learned to be afraid. You're forced to think, to create, to find solutions no one else has even imagined. We are not building just another company. We are building a revolution. And revolutions are not built by those who know all the answers. They're built by those who dare to ask the questions. Now, let's break some monopolies. Let's open source this damn thing and show the world what we're made of. Almost there. Almost there. Mr. Liang, the V3 model, it's ready. Ready. After just 2 months? Show me. We managed to train it with 2,048 chips. Total cost, 5.6 million. 5.6 million. They spend 10 times that just on coffee in Silicon Valley. Let the storm begin. And, can it do what they say it can do? Anything you want, Mr. Liang, within reason. We haven't taught it to write poetry, yet. All right, how many parameters does GPT-4 have?
1.8 trillion.
Good. And how many chips did OpenAI use to train it?
Over 16,000.
One last question. What did it cost them to build their God?
$100 million.
$100 million? For what we did for 5? They have scale. They have resources, but we have something else. R1. Is it ready? Can it truly challenge their Q? The one they charge $200 a month for? Better, Mr. Liang. Much better. And ours is free. Show me. Logic, reasoning. Name your test. A riddle. A complex one. Something that requires insight. What has an eye but cannot see?
A needle.
Good. Too easy. Something harder. What is always in front of you but can't be seen?
The future.
Excellent. And now, let's unleash Janus Pro. Can our little engine truly outshine their Dolly 3? Ready when you are, Mr. Liang. What's your vision? A panda. Eating noodles. On the moon. Make it photorealistic. Free. Open source. And better. They won't know what hit them. Free. Open source. And better. They won't know what hit them. They believe bigger is better. That only they can afford to play this game. Let them believe. For years, they've operated under that delusion. That developing AI requires mountains of chips, rivers of money. And because of the American restrictions, they never expected just saw. Exactly. They built their walls thinking we couldn't climb them. They forgot. We can fly. Imagine ChatGPT as a librarian who has read every book in the library. You ask it a question, and it regurgitates knowledge it's absorbed from every page. A brute force approach. Exactly. And what's the problem with that? They expected us to play by their rules. To build a bigger, more expensive engine. Exactly. We said, stop. We're not taking the hard road. We didn't have the resources, the computing power, so we played it smart. Instead of making our AI, like a librarian, read every single book, we made it a highly skilled librarian. Able to find the one book, the one page, the one sentence that answers the question. And that wasn't all, Lin. We used the mixture of experts model. You know what that is? Enlighten me. Though I think I have a good idea. Think of it this way. Instead of one super librarian who knows everything about everything, we built a team. A librarian for cooking, another for physics, another for ancient Sumerian poetry. Specialization. Smart? Exactly. Each expert handles their area. No single chip gets overloaded. We distribute the load, optimize the performance, and train our models for peanuts compared to those American behemoths. And the Americans, they're scrambling. So I've heard. The internet is lively. Lively. They're calling us a Trojan horse, a weapon of the party. Are we? Perhaps a little, but mostly we just built a better mousetrap. They sanctioned us, tried to cripple us. Now, some experts in America are saying we sent a message to Trump? A message? That their sanctions are useless. Others are saying we want to destroy the American tech industry. The truth. It's less exciting. And of course, we have flaws. Plenty of them. Don't we all? True. But the point is, we're back from Chinese New Year. Time to build DeepSeek 2.0. The world's watching. Can we keep this up? That's the question, isn't it? The real question. Not some nonsense about conspiracies. The Americans aren't stupid. They won't just throw money away. Google, OpenAI, they'll fight back. Training is one thing. Running these models, keeping them running, that's where the real costs are. And they have resources we can only dream of. The Yanks thought bigger is better. We proved them wrong. Smaller models, smarter training. We showed the world you don't need a mountain of cash to move mountains. So, what happens now? Now the little guys get a shot. Investors will see what we've done. They'll gamble on new blood, new ideas, more competition, less Silicon Valley monopoly. The future is open. But enough talk. This is just one battle in a very long war. And I'm tired. AI is a vast ocean, Lin. We've barely dipped our toes in. The US and China? That's a whole other story. Another episode, perhaps? All right, one last question, and this one's for the viewers. We've seen what a small team with limited resources can do. We went up against American giants, and we won. So, the question is, if we can do it, is there hope for Arab companies? Can they rise up and compete on a global scale? Or is it just too difficult? I want to know what you think. Tell me in the comments. And that's a wrap. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Tell your friends. See you next time. Take care.